since the live, grades wasn't working. I'm gonna just go ahead and just record it. Okay. So happy birthday to anyone who has a birthday today. 111. New beginnings upon us. The new moon in Capricorn. Right now the moon is conjuncting with Venus. Hi, beauty, abundance, prosperity, protection over assets and loved ones. Starting so. May we all make the best financial decisions today and moving forward. The moon is trining Mars as well as conjuncting Venus. It will conjunct the sun and Pluto before heading into Aquarius. It is going to trine Uranus after it's trying to Mars. So unexpected work, unexpected responsibilities, but just go with it, move with it. It's all divinely guided so that you level up and receive the abundance that you're due to. Mercury and Jupiter are conjuncting right now in Aquarius, which is squaring Uranus. So a lot of insight, a lot of downloads, a lot of realizations being made right now. So the official new moon mark will be at 23 degrees Capricorn, which is a 5. And I'm gonna give us a bit of insight on that 23 number right now, actually. So and yeah, this has to do with protection, contracts, travel. There are powerful protective forces around you now to guide you into safe ports. Literally what I was just saying. Follow the advice you receive from superiors or those in a position to know more about the subject in question than you do. Then your pursuits and goals will be successful. You could inherit money and material goods through settlement of an estate or legal proceedings. You may enter into new contracts which could alter your life, and such agreements may require quick decisions on your part. Marriage is one such contract that reacts favorably to this vibration. The changes now occurring may result in travel. It may be to fulfill the obligations of your agreements or because good fortune has increased your finances and allowed you this extra pleasure. If others oppose your ideas, be careful not to allow the difference of opinion to degenerate into quarrels. A severe approach can alienate friends. Be truthful and helpful during this period. Your attitudes will be well rewarded through material gain, peace of mind, and contentment. And that's related to the King of Wands, the first deacon of Aries. And the description of this book will be listed below. So let's get into it. 23 degree Capricorn and the entire Capricorn moon transit. It will be conjunct Pluto, so this is like a forever changing moment that we're going through. It's karmic cycles, new karmic cycles that we are starting right now. So be mindful that reality is what, perception is reality. The life is what you make it. If you believe things are bad and terrible, then they will be such. If you believe things are great, beautiful, it's a very prosperous time, then it will be such. It's really that simple. To overanalyze it into something that it's not would only bring down your vibration. You want to remain light as possible. That doesn't mean not being realistic, because Capricorn is all about realism. So You definitely want to be realistic, but don't burden yourself with things that are not really happening right now. With the Jupiter energy, it is better to expand your mind a little bit more beyond the limits that you used to in order for you to have the capacity to think in the future, what future prophecy you want to make for yourself. So we're going to go with Jupiter, the Moon, Saturn, and Sun. Okay, at the bottom we got Saturn. Saturn returned age 50, so this is definitely a change that is needed to happen. And age, it's not about getting old as much as it's about acquiring wisdom in how you proceed moving forward. So let's dig into this. So we got the first card here, third house messages. That's a 27. So again, Mercury and Jupiter conjuncting. We're definitely receiving a lot of hidden messages that are kind of like obvious right now. If you could allow yourself to gain the insight and wisdom that's needed through reworking your experiences into something that's beneficial rather than going backwards in fear and hiding yourself, it could pay off handsomely for you. Because Jupiter is about experiences, and that being the greatest teacher, that enlightenment that you get from the things that you've gone through. You don't have to keep repeating those anymore. Mercury is here passing us messages with this third house energy in the Jupiter position, and let us know like, hey, your experiences were your experiences for a reason, and now it's time to build on those. Now it's time to gain and benefit from the experiences you had, whether you felt they were good or bad. They're still in your repertoire to use as tools to build your future for a reason. So if you choose to use that to continue to build the same thing, that's your prerogative. If you choose to use the wisdom that you've gotten from those experiences to build something new in your life that you get to benefit from, that the world gets to benefit from, because when one person raises it, ripples currency. It's a water rippling effect, so it goes out to the rest of us in the collective. So continue to be very mindful of how you perceive the messages that you get from the experiences. It could be kind of tricky. However, with the overall energy being age, this is about us looking back in hindsight. What did you acquire through your experiences? And how have you grown? What did you learn? And not about the environment. Because even though Jupiter is kind of an environmental planet like Saturn is, Jupiter's experiences with the environment is about how you feel and how you see things within. So when you're relating back to an experience, it's more about, 844, that's what I saw. It's more about like a karmic cycle, like things are being completed and we're going into a new karmic cycle. So from what you went through with this person or this situation, what did you get from it? And not pointing the answer back to that person or the outside thing. It's more about what's going on in here. So what needs to be discovered here during this moon? Scorpio, I transform. That's a 20. Another 0 here. All right, so we're transforming. We don't even know that we are transforming so deeply. Like I said, it is a karmic shift. It is a karmic thing that's going on, but it's for good. Karma isn't a bad thing. It's just what you make it. The laws that govern the universe have to be there in order for things to remain in balance. So if you went through an extreme, especially with the 23-degree mark conjuncting Pluto, when it gets to that point, it will be emotionally extreme, of course. So then it will be something of a heart, like a big excitement that may be taking place within you during, or in the coming days after this transit. You may see something that's a huge extreme change from what you've always known it to be, because you're understanding you no longer can move based on the experiences you had in the past. You're creating new experiences that is about who you want to be and what you want to do in your future. So you have no choice but to transform. But the level of transformation is something that we probably never experienced before, because we're on a higher level of insight. And it's available to everybody, but we're on a higher level of insight now where that type of transformation can take place, and we can acknowledge it when it happens and choose to go with the flow or fight against it. But the best thing 1122 we can do is go with the flow of things, because it's there for a reason. And it's always for a benefit, even when it doesn't seem like it. So the work that we're going to be doing here, grand trine blessings. So we do have some earth trines going on. Just as soon as the moon hits Capricorn, trining over to Uranus, and then the Aquarian, and eventually, Gemini will trine as well. So we've been working hard on some things, we've been working hard to figure out some things, understanding how we can build, how we can be successful, what success means to us, what type of status do we want to have, what type of legacy are we creating within ourselves that the world will learn from in one way or another. It might be on a small scale, just in your immediate family, things like that, and it can also be on a grander scale, that if you acquire a lot of because everything is shifting, where the celebrities are now the normal people and the normal people are now the celebrities. So use that energy wisely, that ability wisely. But this is a 1, it's a 46. So this is something new that we're being blessed with. I keep wanting to say it's a new job, new responsibilities, new status, new burdens. I don't want to say burdens, but it's like we have new tasks. We're creating a lane, we're creating the ability to see the lane that we're destined to be in, and we're starting to shift ourselves into that lane all the way, in a alignment, and not just looking this way but still moving this way, or looking up but sitting down. Like, now we're getting all the way into a full alignment, so we can take on our new task and get the blessings from what those new tasks are, because this is the transformation that we have to make. It may have taken us a while. We may have had nudges or notions that it was going to come, or it's coming up, but we waited a long time. Saturn returns take 30 years, roughly. So every 28 to 30 years, you're going through a Saturn return, and you want to get as many of those as you possibly can, because that's just letting you know what you're doing in life and how you're doing that life. So with that being said, let's look at this outcome. And we have the 5th house, creativity, 29, which is a 2. So yeah, we definitely we it's time to get creative as fuck. Like the normal ways that we used to use to create stability in our lives is changing. The way the normal, what we used to call normal, is not normal anymore. The world will never go back to what it used to be. And the quicker everyone is accepting of that, the quicker that the rest of humanity is able to also move along. There is no going back to what normal is. This is the new normal. And the new normal isn't about being silenced. The new normal isn't about, living in lack mentality. The new normal is not about being controlled. The new normal is that you are your own authority. You get to say how you want your life to be, and then you're expected to take the necessary steps to make it happen. You're being guided into certain avenues of life for a reason, and the more that you fight, the more you resist it, you're missing out on your blessings. Because Venus is in this energy, we definitely have an opportunity to create new relationships in a way that we haven't never done before. It's about transformation. So this could be like new partnerships or breakups, or just the relationship transforming from one way to another way that is in alignment with the work that we said and agreed to doing on our soul journey. We agreed to these blessings, but you can't get them just because you exist. You do have to put the work in. You do have to grow up and develop your mind, your mental, so that you can accept, while also understanding what it is you were supposed to be here to do, and put your own spin on it with this creativity. You create your life, you're in control, and it starts in the mind. If your mind is fixated on the past and how things used to be, and why isn't this or why isn't that, you're going to keep developing situations where it's just going to keep reinforcing that. So now it's your best interest to put all of your due diligence into creating a new mindset. Tell yourself new messages that your subconscious needs to start recording and picking up and using to help you with the transformations that are going to be upon you. Because you can't escape it unless you just don't, you want to feel like you getting, gifts from the universe, you know what I'm saying? Nothing is free. Everything that is worth value, especially power is valuable. We're all born with power, but you can't receive anything, Aquarius. You can't receive anything from the power you have if you're not using it to create something that the whole world can benefit from. You can use all that creativity for yourself. Yes, you can. But if you're not doing that with the idea or the thought or the passion, the heart and the mind to share it with the rest of the world so that we all can become better and greater, you only feeding yourself, you're gonna get fat. Like like if you only look out for yourself and say fuck everybody else, is that the type of energy you want around you? Honestly, because we're all connected at the end of the day. We all connected. We're all divine light, connected as one. We are all the expressions of God expressing itself. We are the one. We are one. We just have the individuality to be able to express ourselves in however way we choose fit. But that doesn't change the path of work that we have to do. It doesn't change that at all. You just make it harder or easier for yourself. And that's pretty much it. So let's get into the messages here with Jupiter. What messages are being expanded right now? We want to ground that energy. Or what messages do we want to focus on with this conjunction? And 5 degrees again. Oop, look, Jupiter, Sagittarius energy. Ten of Wands. We definitely want to accept look at that. This is hard work, and this is giving up a burden. Instead of thinking that hard work means labor. Change your mindset. Let's all change our mindset to understand that we're no longer burdening ourselves in order to work hard. Working hard is now a pleasure, okay? Because you are working hard at something that you know you are meant to do. You're working hard on the path that you are meant to be on. So it's not a burden anymore. Any work that you're doing that is hard work and is labor and is making you feel like a burden, you need to reevaluate what you are putting as a priority in your life. What are you saying that is a high value in your life? Because if you're going into putting your all into something and you still feeling like, this, you need to learn something in order for your cycle to complete, and then you can start a new one. A new cycle of hard working status and things like that, discipline, awareness. That doesn't require you having a burden anymore. The burdens of building, wanting to build, or how you go about building something is over. It's not a burden anymore. You're being free and liberated this whole moon cycle. Freeing yourself from things that you thought were a burden, but it's really not a burden at all. Just how you choose to look at it. If it's not supporting you, of course it's going to be a burden. But what do you understand where you need the support? Do you understand where you need help and support and tools? Do you know what tools exactly that you need? Because it's all going to be given to you. You're going to have everything that you need to start creating what it is that you want. And it's not going to come right away. Again, Saturn returns take 28 years. So we're on a new 28-day cycle with this new moon, where we're calling in based on our messages that we perceive and how we send them out. Again, we're going to receive the tools. Use them. You can ask God for $1 million, and if you get all the materials to do the $1 million and you still mad because you still don't see that actual $1 million check, you can only be mad at yourself. Transformation. Look at that. Justice. We're transforming things into the right way, the right perspective. Things are being made right. Not only do you get to look at things as if they're not burdensome, because you're choosing to put yourself on a path that isn't burdensome, but will offer you everything that you want. You just got to take the first step. And it does require grieving or releasing things. There's nothing wrong with grieving. There you have to make room to release emotions, energy. You have to release it. You have to release it. And maybe during this transformation stage, when it goes exact and it conjuncts Pluto, maybe we'll get that, transformation energy, invoked within us. But yeah, most definitely, the transformation is for the best. It's the right thing to do. We need to be transforming ourselves onto accepting that the paths that we have before us that are not burdensome, because it's all in the mind. We got to grow up here. We got to expand up here in order to realize what's expanding in front of us. So things are going to be made right, but it starts with the man in the mirror. You got to transform about this situation. And because it's in the moon position as well, I feel like you might not know exactly right now what transformation will be tweaked or moved, but it will be something that's very, very deep, psychologically speaking, on a deep emotional level. Things have to come to the surface. So let's look at the blessings that come from Saturn. What blessings are we getting from Saturn? This card, just want to I'll take it. I'll take that 4 of Wands blessings, okay? Tower. Some unexpected. 4 of Wands does talk about, people coming together and making a home, or homes, unexpected changes in the home. That's a blessing. unexpected foundations being torn because there's a better way to establish happiness and contentment within yourself that you get to share with others around you, because this is fire. Everyone feels it. And this is Mars too. Mars, Aries energy right here. And Mars is in Taurus right now, heading over to Uranus. That tower moment. We're going to have a lot of towers, many towers leading up to a peak. But most definitely, the blessings come, you know, now that we know the right thing to do. We've released the burdens. Things are being transformed into the right way, and boom, you get happiness, you get contentment, you get things being able to be fixed, and it's being done with spirit. 7. And a lot of people won't understand. Not everybody will understand. Not everybody will be happy for you. Not everybody will rejoice with every decision and step that you make, because again, this is an individual path. If everybody's on their individual path, following their star, there would be no reason to smite somebody because they're doing something different from you, or how you used to do it, or how you would do it. As long as you are able to support someone in some way where they're not hurting themselves and the environment around them, you know, long-term based, allow people to express themselves and be an individual. Because, you know, we can't control other people. We can only support them, especially if they're loved ones. And it's the same support we will want whenever we want to go out and make a decision to invest in a stock, or invest into getting into a serious relationship, or invest into our own personal business. Just taking a step in the right direction. You know, everybody is not going to be in agreement with that all the time. And you have to be willing to be okay with that unexpected, you know, response. But it doesn't mean, you know, you fight like a 23. You can't fight fate. Just roll with it, because there's blessings here. Creativity, outcome. Creativity. Yeah, this is like letting something go because you already know you're with something else. Yeah, look, victory. 6 of Wands, Leo energy, with the 5th house, Leo energy. There's victory. The outcome is victory. Okay. The outcome is victory. You don't have to worry or think about something anymore. Everything is fine. Just let go of that old burdensome way of seeing things. You know? You don't have to stay at a job for 50 years to get a pension, 401k, or whatever that shit is, in order for you to feel like your life is a success. You don't have to do it that way anymore. Everything is changing. The game is changing. Like, the little people are the big people. Okay? And I'm not saying size, because shout out to the fun sizers. I'm just saying, like, yeah, let's get some advice here. So I reposted that I am doing tarot for 2021. But if you're looking to understand and learn astrology, I can definitely be a great support system and teacher with and for you. We would just use your own personal natal chart information, but we would be going over the basics of general reading available, or you could actually learn in a 2-hour course how to read certain spots and parts in a chart, planets, houses, aspects, which are the degrees, and then look at your own chart and analyze it. Houses, planets, aspects, degrees, things like that, how things work, and compare it to what's going on right now. So those are available to you, as well as the tarot, on my website, link in the bio. Let's get into some advice from Spirit during this. This card is loving this week, relationships. Okay, so we got self-care and integration. Overall advice is to return to nature. Yeah, get back on your path. Not all the shit that's been distracting us is being blown to smithereens. It's time to get back to nature. Self-care and integration in relationships. Okay. Self-care and integration. I definitely think of this as with the World's Court here. Just find what makes you happy. Find what brings you joy. And figure out a way to make tangible abundance from it. Change the relationship you have with money. Change the relationship of what you have with values and your belief system and how you can attain power and status in your life, because the old way of doing it is not working anymore. And it's not a bad thing. It's not bad at all. It's actually a blessing, because now, you know, everything is not only available to those who were born into money. It's for everybody now. It's for everybody. Anybody that are ready and willing to align themselves so that they can receive it. I receive. All right, that's the new moon reading. Thank you so much for tuning in to my channel. Hit me up. You can email me or follow me on Instagram at Luminescent. And it's a new moon, so clean up, clear out, cleanse, release, release, release. Make so much room and space for this good ass energy to come in and support you. You know, the next major moon dance off will be the full moon Leo on the 28th. So yeah, we get to, the outcome was income, the creativity, and the Six of Wands, which is Leo energy. So when the full moon comes, we'll see the full lunation of what we started at this moment, and take all the good, you know, and the do-betters and make it work. Peace.